The last 12 seconds, obviously we had a foul to give, and Austin Peay is got a really, really good team, but they've got a really good player one-on-one in Sharp. And fortunately for me, I played him, this is the 4th time playing him, and I knew they're going to him down the stretch. So our plan was to, somewhere around the 7, 6, 5 second mark, was to foul him, go for a steal, see if we couldn't get an easy one, but at the end of the day, not to let him have his rhythm and have them inbound the basketball again, and it worked out to our advantage, obviously.
And then after that, when Jalen got the piece of the shots and sealed it.
Yeah, I mean, they asked me in the radio show after the game, why did you go with Jalen down the stretch? And again, experience is so key in basketball and in life. And Jalen has faced him. This is his 4th time. This is his 4th time guarding him. And he takes it personally. Jalen's a good defender, and he takes it personally. So I knew that it would mean something to him for us to win, but also for him to make sure that he didn't score the game-winning basket. With that being said, I have full faith in putting Christian Lander on him, Tyrone Marshall on him. I mean, both those guys, all 3 of those guys did a good job on him. I think his stat line was 14 points on 20 shots. And anytime somebody takes 20 shots and you hold them to 14 points, especially a guy like that who has such a good offensive efficiency, you've done a pretty good job.
Rodney was saying it was an ugly win, but a win nonetheless, which is what ultimately you guys want. How nice was it to kind of see you guys make plays down the stretch that ultimately led to this win?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any ugly wins, guys. So wins are beautiful to me. We celebrate every single one of them. Division I wins, Division II wins. We celebrate every single one of them, especially when it's, the 16th of December. There's no students here. These guys are kind of on their own, and they get bored, and they get sometimes they get stir crazy, right? For them to come out, and I thought we played a tremendous defensive game for the first 12 minutes. And then we obviously slipped a little bit, and give Austin Peay credit, they had something to do with that. But again, down the stretch, I thought that we made just enough plays. It was not perfect by any means, but when it was time to execute out of a timeout, we executed one of our plays out of the timeout, and Tyrone got a dunk. Then the next time we didn't, but like the defensive part, we executed well.
Coach, what were the points of emphasis coming into this game, getting ready for it? You talked about DeMarcus and knowing kind of how the way he plays, but even Jordan being 7 threes, 352, he had to be a point of emphasis when it came to, either the offensive or defensive side of the ball. What were the things that were, given that extra highlight when preparing for this game? Yeah,
well, I mean, obviously the head of the snake is Sharp, right? But we also felt like, and I played them enough to know, you cannot let Black hit 5 threes in the game. You look at the games that they've won, Black has hit them, Jones has hit them, White has hit them, and White made some big ones. Was it White or it was Jones? White made some big ones today. So you try to eliminate those other guys, and that's not to say we were going to give Jamarcus Sharp anything. We were going to defend him the best we can. But when you have teams like that, in my mind, it's those periphery players who are good players who don't get the same touches. You got to eliminate them as much as possible.
Sharp goes 7 for 20. It kind of speaks for how much you guys really made them work with your defense to even get where you got. You had to be good to see it. And as a coach defensively, you made it pretty tough on him, even with what he was able to get.
Yeah, for sure. No, and you know what? It's not like when you get in situations like that where it's one-on-one, and he's such a good one-on-one player, there's not much I can do from the bench. Like, you're either going to guard him or you're not. You're either going to have discipline, you're either going to have the fight, and is your fight going to be, stronger than his fight, or you're not. And today, give our guys credit, they did it and they had it. And ultimately, that won us the ball game.
Coach, it looked very physical from Austin Peay, kind of coming out of the locker room for the second half. It looked like they were pushing around and shoving players to the ground. What did you guys kind of have to do in those timeouts to kind of combat that, especially in the final seconds?
Yeah, college basketball is physical, and Coach Gibson, he's a hard-nosed coach, just like I am. I mean, we both believe in playing hard and physical, and I don't talk about it a whole lot. Like, if you've ever been in a fight, you're either going to hit or you're going to get hit. It's one of those two things, and I talk about that several times with our team. You can either hit them or you can let them hit you. I choose to try and hit first, but I thought it was a well-officiated game and a physical game, but that's all of them. I think it's going to be the same way in league play.
How would you say with what Rodney was able to give you guys, considering you had foul trouble in the paint, and he was able to kind of come in and give you a spark there in the first half, and really come in and play some big minutes for you guys in the second half with foul trouble too?
Yeah, I mean, I thought both Rodney and Baba did a good job. I mean, between the two, you got 18 points and 8 rebounds. I would like to get probably 25 and 12 out of that position, to be very frank with you. But I thought Rodney, he's been hurt and is going to be hurt probably the rest of the year. But he's done a much better job this week with his approach to treatment. Our medical staff has worked really, really hard with him. And, he looked more normal. He didn't look as normal in our previous couple games because of his back. But I thought Rodney came in with the right mindset and certainly gave us a good lift off the bench. I've said it a million times. We have several guys that come off of the bench that can be starters.
Steve, will a game like this kind of give fuel for you using Jalen in that kind of role, a stopper role? You kind of knew it already.
Yeah, but I mean,
you went out and did it.
Yeah, I want them all to be stoppers, right? I want us to have the best defense in Conference USA and one of the best in the country. So I want them all to have that same pride and same passion in guarding their man one-on-one. Because if you guard your man one-on-one, now we don't have to help. Now we don't get in rotations, because when we get into rotations, just like any other basketball team, we're not great. You start behind the play and now you're playing catch up. It's just really, really hard.
Coach, for you during the game, especially towards the end, they had two very significant players, obviously their big man and one of their guards, that had 4 fouls, and they played a lot of minutes with those 4 fouls and never fouled out. Was it ever really a kind of point of emphasis for you to maybe try and get the ball in the paint more, try to get them to foul out, or was that not really a concern?
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to try and foul people out. My concern was that we were in the bonus and they were not. We were in the double bonus and we did not take advantage of it today. We settled for some threes. We settled for some pull-ups. We got stagnant offensively and quit moving and quit driving and making the extra pass. I was more focused on that, to be very honest.
Anything else? All right, appreciate y'all.
All right, Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks.